Being raised by a parent who is overly critical of others can significantly impact our own self-esteem. Emotionally immature parents are egocentric and tend to focus on very superficial values like appearances and achievements as a way, I think, of coping with their own insecurities and emotional limitations. My parent would constantly comment on and criticize others, whether it was the way that someone dressed, their values, the shape of their nose, the way they sounded when they sang a song, their hairline. But it didn't stop there. I distinctly remember my parent throughout my childhood and my teenage years commenting on the part in my hair if they didn't like it, how skinny I was, calling me flat as a board, mocking the way that I pronounced different words if it differed from the way my parent pronounced those words, and criticizing my taste in music and shows. Growing up in that kind of environment, I think, causes us to internalize a lot of this criticism and to interpret our parents' attitude as a reflection of how they secretly or not so secretly maybe view us. And I remember when I was a kid sort of sharing in my parents' criticism and becoming critical of others myself, because the more I was like my parent, the more my parent seemed to like me. And also, I think because that was sort of the norm. I think conversation was dominated by criticism. And sometimes it was seemingly sort of lighthearted and playful, but other times it was very pointed and thought out and cruel. But, and this is something that I've only realized as I've gotten older, is that I think it was always intentional. And for me, growing up with a parent who was overly critical of other people and also critical sometimes of myself, it made me doubt myself and overthink my interests and my intentions, to disregard parts of myself that I liked, but they didn't. And it made me feel like everyone else around me, strangers, teachers, friends, parents, were all judging me constantly. And that, let me tell you, led to a fear of rejection, self-neglect, perfectionism, shame, and people-pleasing, among other things. It's taken me 27 years to understand the root of these behaviors, and I still sometimes find myself believing that other people think the worst of me.